The situations portrayed in this program are very dangerous. They have been performed by trained professionals in order to replicate worst-case scenarios of real-life hazards. Viewers should not, under any circumstances, attempt to replicate any of the situations presented in the program. Coming up on House Hazards.
I'm ready to rock. Here we go.
The team pushes a stereo system to its auditory limits. A backyard party heats up.
Look at how high the flames are going.
You can feel the heat all the way over here, Home.
And an air mattress that's guaranteed to keep you awake at night. Home, sweet home. Well, not as sweet as you might think. Your house is really out to get you. There are thousands of hazards hiding in every home, and our team of experts will separate the fiction from the facts so you can avoid domestic meltdown. Scientist Francesca will expose the hidden dangers lurking in every home. Engineer Dan will show you how everyday appliances can turn from labor-saving to life-threatening. And special effects expert Brendan will recreate the worst-case scenario. Nothing says home entertainment like a high-powered sound system. The more power, the better. But your stereo can be a danger to your home as well as your sanity. The Hazard team has an experiment to show you how. But it's not Brendan's questionable guitar skills under investigation today. It's the speakers themselves. A speaker works by sending electrical signals to a set of magnets, which push the speaker cone in and out, causing the air in front of the cone to vibrate. These vibrations create sound waves, which are measured in decibels.
The human ear will burst at 150 decibels. Now, this cone alone can go up to 120, and we've got about 24 of them here. So what Brendan's put together is a real sound weapon.
We could have fun with this.
Yeah, imagine if we pumped like 150 decibels into a window, for example.
This is a real hazard.
Sound is a form of energy that travels in waves. Normally, they're invisible when moving through the air. But by pouring a cornstarch mix into a speaker, it's possible to make this energy visible.
See, this is what it does. You see these guys? You see the creatures? There you go.
Wow!
That's what it does.
They look like little monsters. So the sound frequencies that are going on exist in everyday life, but we never get a chance to see them with the human eye. By creating this solid liquid mixture and allowing it to react to the frequencies, we can see what's going on a day-to-day basis with sound.
It's that same energy that the team wants to harness to find out how it can be a danger to your home. The target, a plate glass window. The Hazard team moves the speakers into place.
We're going to position them so that they're all facing the window, which will channel our sound waves directly to the pane of glass.
With the speakers set, the Hazard team is ready to test their theory.
That was sweaty work.
Get these wired.
While the team wires up the speakers inside, outside, Francesca and Dan want to test the danger levels of two common but highly flammable items found in nearly every backyard. Ah, the backyard party. Burgers, booze, and open flames. What could go wrong? As Dan and Francesca are about to find out, plenty. First up, the barbecue. Responsible for $29 million worth of property damage every year, it's a major hazard waiting to happen. And what fuels the barbecue? Propane.
Today, I'm gonna be cooking propane tanks instead of burgers.
Dan has an experiment to determine how hazardous these little canisters really are.
Turn this thing on high and light it up. You probably want to get back. Actually, guys, you guys want to get back too.
Well,
Guys, come
hopefully
on.
no one is
Back.
stupid enough to put propane canisters directly onto the grill. But accidents do happen. Anytime you've got flammable gas and an open flame, there's a potential for disaster. But Dan is conducting this over-the-top experiment to prove a point.
Barbecues can get up to 700 degrees Celsius. And if those tanks warm up that much, that gas is just going to want to blow out. Oh, I'm hearing something.
And I see flames.
Barbecue's on fire.
It's definitely not safe, but it's not an explosion either. Because propane is so explosive, these canisters have a safety install. They have pressure relief valves. When exposed to extreme heat, they slowly release the propane inside. In this case, the valves did their job, which is why there are only small bursts of flame instead of a violent explosion.
We were lucky that the pressure release blew out, but let's say that was a faulty pressure release. All of a sudden, you've got a rocket-propelled propane tank that's firing across your backyard.
But Francesca has something up her sleeve that could leave you with more than a hangover to deal with the next morning.
You probably want to get back. Actually, guys, you guys want to get back too.
Our engineer, Dan, has confirmed the obvious. Propane is flammable. But he also revealed how there are safeties put in place to prevent an explosion. Now, scientist Francesca is going to show what happens when a poolside cocktail party meets an open flame.
For those who like to entertain at home, a tiki bar makes perfect sense. Why travel all the way to Hawaii when you can bring Hawaii to your own backyard?
Makes sense to me. Lovely tiki bar you got
Do you
here.
like it? The only thing about a tiki bar, it's probably the most dangerous thing in a backyard.
What? What, because of the torches?
Because of the torches, but primarily because of something else. Take this 151 proof of rum.
High-proof alcohol. It's not just a hazard to your liver. More volatile than jet fuel, it can send your tiki party up in flames. Francesca is conducting an experiment to show just how flammable 151 proof rum is.
The fun begins.
When it's wet, gunpowder typically doesn't burn. But if the liquid has enough alcohol in it, it lights easily, despite being soaked.
So we're at a party and drinks are being poured. Oh no!
Rum spilling all over.
Our rum
We've
is
got
pouring everywhere.
flammable liquids.
Not completely unfathomable. What else do you have at this tiki bar? Flame source for ambiance, but now it's close to our 151 proof, which goes up like that.
That's pretty hazardous. But I feel like that's a little bit of rum. What if you had a lot of rum?
Like a really good party going.
A really good party.
We can make that happen. It's a bit of a shame to be throwing this around.
Yeah, definitely
Watch
making
out!
me a little sad to see all this alcohol being spilled.
As alcohol heats up, it becomes easier to ignite, which makes this bright and sunny pool deck the perfect location for a tiki inferno.
Let's do it.
Ladder up. Yeah!
Look at how high the flames are going.
Oh, it's just so angry. That is burning way more intense than I thought it would.
I had no idea it would go up that fast.
Well, when you consider what, it's made of kindling, literally.
It's like 70% burned down right now. The only thing that's still burning are the wooden posts from the bar.
The alcohol vapors ignite first and start a chain reaction with everything else on the bar. The grass skirts, the napkins, the plastic cups all have higher ignition temperatures. Within seconds, a tiny, relatively cool flame has erupted into an 1,100-degree inferno, turning this tiki into Mount Krakatoa. When it comes to backyard hazards, alcohol has proven itself to be the winner. With the fiery luau finally extinguished, the team turns back to the destructive force of sound waves. The hazard team wants to know if a high-powered sound system can actually shatter a plate glass window. it's time for Brendan to rock the house.
Just in case the guys are right and it blows the glass out, we want to be in a safe place where we can watch all the amazing action without being in danger. Hey, Dan. Yeah? Come see the little bunker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Here he comes.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do
we're
it.
ready.
You ready?
We're
Put your ear
bunkered up.
protection on.
Okay.
All right. Reed, take me up. Turn it up.
Okay.
I'm ready to rock. Here we go.
It's shaking a little bit, but
It's not giving it that, like, violent shaking that you need to break glass.
That's not working.
Yeah. I think I know what might be wrong, Brendan.
Yeah.
See, right now we're pumping a lot of pressure at the window, right? So we got these huge amplitudes, we're really loud, a lot of decibels. But when you actually shatter glass, you need to hit the right frequency, and that's not something we're doing with that awful playing you're doing. I'll show you how, come on.
The situations portrayed in this program are very dangerous. They have been performed by trained professionals in order to replicate worst-case scenarios of real-life hazards. Viewers should not, under any circumstances, attempt to replicate any of the situations presented in the program. The breaker box. This unassuming gray panel keeps power running throughout your home. But it's also one of the most hazardous spots in your house. More than 28,000 electrical fires start in homes across North America every year. Many of them because of faulty wiring in a home's breaker box. Dan and Brendan are on a mission to show just how dangerous they can be.
There it is. All the power for the entire house runs through that panel.
This box is the gatekeeper for electricity into your home. Whenever there's a fault or too much current flowing through the house, it breaks that circuit and shuts it down. A malfunctioning breaker panel can bring fire and mayhem. Exactly what these two want to prove.
Over here, we've got some exposed wires. We've got a lot of dust in here. First, let's turn it off. Let's cut the grounds.
Okay.
Dan is removing the ground wires, which are safety lines that divert excess electricity into the earth. Without a ground, an overload has no choice but to travel through the nearest suitable conductor, which could be anyone standing near it. This may seem like sabotage for the fun of it, but Dan and Brendan are simulating the kind of dangerous conditions in thousands of homes across North America.
Completely ungrounded panel. We've got a lot of exposed wires. We can strip the wire so that there's arcing.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yep.
Switch.
When electricity jumps through the air from an exposed wire, it produces a visible spark, an electrical arc that can start a full-blown house fire.
You know, we could pop a breaker and just jam something right in.
Actually, what I was thinking is, why don't we jam a fork into a breaker to complete a circuit?
Believe it or not, people actually stick metal objects like pennies and foil into their breaker boxes, thinking they can cheat a faulty circuit, often with electrifying and deadly results.
We've got an arc, we've got a short circuit. I think we've got ourselves,
An electrical fire?
yeah.
Most breaker panels lie hidden in closets or basements where flammable objects can pile up without being noticed. Exactly the conditions they want to recreate. The only thing left to do is to turn the power back on.
All right.
All right.
Calm me down, Dan.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, man. Nice. That works. And now we got a nice electrical fire going. Perfect.
With no grounding and no way to stop the current, As soon as the power is switched on, an electrical spark ignites the material in the box, spreading to the walls and ceiling in seconds.
Oh wow, look at that go.
The guys are on hand to quickly contain the situation, but in a real breaker box fire, the entire house could go up in flames before there's any time to identify where it started. The hazard team has set up an experiment to show just how powerful sound can be by attempting to use stereo speakers to blow out the windows of the house. While Brendan's guitar playing may have rattled some nerves, the window held firm. But Dan has another more delicate plan. He's going to attempt to shatter glass using its own natural resonating frequency. First up, a crystal wine glass.
I'm gonna hit this glass, record the sound it makes, then play it back. All right, you ready?
As the amplitudes overlap, the glass should vibrate violently and eventually break.
Okay, patch it through. Okay, I'm gonna send the exact same sound that the glass made into the speaker, and we're gonna see if it's gonna shatter. Ready?
I'm ready.
Good?
DJ Jan.
And kick it!
With the high-speed camera, you can see how the glass actually flexes back and forth at the same frequency as the recorded tone, nearly 450 cycles per second. Eventually, the flexing is so violent, the glass shatters.
So, let's apply that to the window.
See that on a big scale.
Yeah.
Next, Dan records the resonant frequency of the window and gets ready to play it back.
You ready?
I found the right frequency that'll blow that glass up, and I've patched it through to the keyboard. So when I push this key, we'll blow this thing. You ready?
We're ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Unlike the wine glass, the window glass is much thicker and has a much lower resonance.
Okay, that didn't work.
These speakers just aren't big enough for what the team has in mind. They want to blow the window out. For that, they'll need to bring out the big guns. But before Brendan reveals what he has in mind for the window, he has his own propane experiment he wants to conduct. Propane is a natural gas used to heat homes and fuel hot air balloons. Used properly, it's safe.
Why use my lungs when I can use a propane tank?
That's why the greatest hazard of all is human stupidity. Using propane to inflate an air mattress can turn a dip in the pool into the Hindenburg disaster. Brendan has inflated an air mattress with propane, and he's wired an ignition source to show just what happens when a static spark meets gas in something other than an approved container. Now, Brendan's determined to wreak the same havoc on the windows in the house. The team has successfully shattered a wine glass using sound frequency. But they're finding that busting window glass is much harder. They need a shock wave to break this glass, the pulse of energy created by the sonic boom of a jet. This kind of force has been known to blast out windows near air bases. Cue the big gun.
So this is an air cannon. It's a pressure vessel attached to a solenoid valve, which is attached to this big funnel here. What this does is we charge the pressure vessel up to 80 or 90 PSI, then when I trigger the valve, it lets out all that air pressure at one shot. It will all travel up the funnel, straight into this sheet of glass. Boom.
An air cannon and a speaker cone both create air pressure, but with one crucial difference. While a speaker cone vibrates and pushes air outwards with waves of sound, Brendan's air cannon focuses that pressure and pushes it out in a single powerful blast, replicating the shock wave created by the sonic boom of a low-flying jet.
How loud is this gonna be?
It's gonna be loudish. We ready to go? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whew, that would have gone right for my neck.
No kidding.
Oh, that was exhilarating. Shall we assess the damage?
Let's. All right.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It just completely blew apart. There's huge pieces everywhere.
The air cannon acts in the same way as a speaker, but exerting a pressure of 90 PSI. The team has proved that sound can damage your home with frequency and pressure. Definitely a hazard.
That is one dangerous hazard.